My name is Arunima, and I've been an educator, TEDx speaker, author, and now a spiritual healer in psyche. Today, I wanted to talk about journaling. Yes, journaling is the practice of writing in a diary or a notebook that you maintain only for this purpose. Okay, which is talking about your life experiences or your daily experiences. Okay, so today I want to talk about the advantage, okay? Because the moment, like as a teacher, when I talk about journaling to my students, like, maintain a diary or something like that, or even when I'm mentoring women, and I've seen that from the scratch, like, a lot of women, everyone finds this task very boring. Very, very boring. Oh my God, I am not the writing kind of person. I've seen a lot of people block their own lives by saying, I'm not a writing kind of a person, or I'm not the kind of a person who reads. Okay, you are no kind of a person. Please know that in the first place. Okay, whatever you think you are is just a big illusion. Your brain is trying to control you that way, while the opposite should be the reality. You should control your brain. Okay, anyway, to start from the beginning, first of all, your writing skills are going to be enhanced if you start journaling every day. Journaling does not mean that you have to write 10 pages on the first day, okay? First day, you can write like 5, 6 lines, okay? Let's say there was this experience that you had in the morning. You fought with someone, you were so annoyed. You can talk about that. And believe me, I think I have become a writer. I do not owe to anyone specifically. Of course, I've been reading a lot since my childhood, but and that's also because my mother was a professor in English, so I had a good library. But apart from that, if you actually ask me, like some people say that you really write from heart, there is a depth in it. So that's because I used to journal. Most of my poems are actually part of my diary. So it is like I don't use anything like shame in my poetry. Like, generally write from heart, whatever may anyone else think. And sometimes people imagine that I have a really colorful life. It's all right. So journaling is something like writing from your heart. You just write what you felt. Okay, you don't have to. You're not reporting to someone. Okay, it's not like a report. This happened, then this happened at this a.m. Look, 6 a.m. This happened, and after that this led to that. No, it's not like a report. It is like an account of your emotions, how you felt at that point of time. Maybe you felt really good. So you just write them down in a few sentences. First day, maybe 4 lines. Second day, maybe 6 lines. Coming back to back, maybe you get into a habit of writing 1 page a day. Okay. So it definitely enhances your writing skills. Some of you who have grammatical errors in your writing, that will improve magically. Yes, I'm an English teacher and I'm still saying that. Some of you who have spelling errors, in a few days you will start, when you start writing, after that, when you read anything, let's say you read newspapers in English, or you read books, or you come by something, then you will start realizing that, okay, maybe I write this spelling wrong. So your mind opens up to that also. So the language is definitely, that's the most basic thing. Okay, that's the most basic thing that journaling does. So I will take it one by one. Okay, so this was the first step. The first step help. Now the second step help is, um, when I try to heal anyone, or when I try to counsel anyone, and that has I've seen for like last 2 3 years, a lot of women have this thing that they want someone to talk to them. That's very, very genuine. I was one such woman one day. Okay, and but ever since I took to journaling and writing things on my own, I stopped having that requirement. Okay, except for one or two people in my life, like my mother or my best friends. I don't think I really tag along on anyone. Like, I don't put myself on anyone, and that too on these people, like once in a while, so that I don't become a burden or a problem to them at all. That too, it's not like 100% requirement. It is like, we are connected in life, so that is why I need to tell them what is happening in my life. So you stop the need of depending on someone else for your for letting out your pent up emotions or your frustrations or your anger. You don't need an external entity when you start journaling. It is a big thing for all those people who feel, I'm lonely, no one listens to me, and and this is much more for women, because we have been brought up in a way, and there is some part of the feminine energy also that that likes to be around people, and that likes to communicate, and that likes to express, because expression is a big part of the feminine energy. But apart from that, we've also been brought up in such a way that you have to let out everything. You don't need to, actually. When you start journaling, this part is taken care of. So this was the step 2. Level 2 help. Getting on with the level 3 help, it's even better. And that is something, like, I don't speak anything which I think is not logical. So level 3 is focus. Yes, focus. Now, having done my career coaching course as well, and people think for whatever reason I did it and I never applied it in my life, because I never acted as a career coach, so except for a few people. So the fact that uh, your focus enhances manifold. If you've ever studied anything related to brain development, okay, so the brain has different areas which are active in some people, which are not active in other people, and things like that. Okay, what happens basically when you are reading and writing, when you are reading as well as when you are writing, different parts of your brain start communicating. So the neurons start communicating with each other. That is the essential thing that happens when you write. Almost all the parts of your brain are activated at the same time. And that is why, like some people, I'm sure there are levels of people, even though they tell me good things in my face, they also feel that she's mad. Okay. There are a number of people I can see in their face are, like having some psychic abilities. I'm able to make out that they don't really appreciate or approve of me. And, they feel that what she's doing is not socially correct and things like that are not acceptable, like writing and singing and all those things. But that is the reason why writers are different. And writers does not mean that you always have to publish your work. Okay. So when you start writing, you literally are starting to communicate with your own self, with your own abilities. You have no idea what a brilliant mind God has given you. You start knowing that after you start writing. Yes. And as good as it sounds, it's even better in real life. Maybe some people will think she's exaggerating. I'm not exaggerating. In fact, I'm not able to bring out the right words, because words are always, not enough to say how important is journaling. That's a third level thing. You don't need friends, and then you have a lot of focus. You develop a lot of focus. I don't think I need to get into giving you details about what happens with focus. Obviously, once you're focused, the life becomes automatically better. Okay. Then the third thing, the fourth thing, the fourth step, the fourth level is you begin to declutter. Okay. The fourth A part is decluttering all those emotions that you don't need, like all those sad events and all those things. When you take them out, the frustration goes. Why these things become a problem? When you are sad and you don't speak about it, or you don't write about it, then it becomes a problem. Obviously, when you have a wound and you don't tend to it, and you let it get exposed to all the germs, then it becomes worse, obviously. So in the same manner, when you are starting to write about the sad events in your life, you are taking out the frustration. As well as when you start writing about, so you are decluttering, okay? 4A, I would say, is decluttering. 4B would be when you're writing about all the positives happening in your life, you are reaffirming it. You are talking about it, you are multiplying the happiness. You feel happy once when it happened, and then, so this is just the opposite. When you write about negative things, it's divided is like being erased, because it's at least out of your memory. Okay, not exactly out of your memory, but the pain is out of your memory. And when you write about the good things, that is multiplied, because when you look at it, oh my God, really this happened to me? Like such a good thing happened to me. I'm so blessed. It's that kind of a gratitude emotion that you come into. So that is why it's very positive. And the final step, the fifth, the highest level of, blessing that journaling is, that it is healing at a very deep level. Yes, it is healing at a very deep level. You get to the biggest of healers and psyches, and you get to counselors, psychological counselors, and all these people. They're going to tell you to journal and all. Okay. They'll say, why don't you write it down and meet me in the next session? Okay. So it's healing at a very deep level you have no idea about. You think that, you're going to spend thousands and then get to a healer. This is something like a self-therapy you can do at home. No one needs to teach you this. Frankly, everything is available for free by God. The only problem is that we think that unless we spend a lot of money, it will not come to us. Of course, it is also important, that you do use your resources to get on in life. I'm not trying to stop you from, spending any money, okay? But journaling is actually healing at a very deep level. You have no idea about, if you can do it for 15 days also, just as a suggestion, you will see the changes in your life yourself, and you'll rather be thankful to this activity. That's it for today. Signing off, Arunima. Thank you so much.